Today I'm seen lying down because I'm just tired and I had a very long day, but I have to tell you guys what happened on Saturday night. Saturday night I attended my cousin sister's wedding dinner, and you know when it's weddings, right, there's always bound to be dramas and stuff. And I'm not a huge fan of weddings, mainly because my mom forced me to tie a sari. She was telling me that, you're too old to be wearing Punjabi suit, and I was like, 60-year-old aunties are wearing Punjabi suits, and they don't seem to have a problem with that. But yeah, I just wore, and she asked me to wear heels because I was too short and the sari was too long. So I already look like a penguin when I wear a sari. This time I look like a struggling penguin with heels on. And they did not have a lift. What a joy, right? So I had to walk up the staircase. And thank goodness I did not fall flat on my face. I made it to the entrance like looking all prim and proper. Because in Indian weddings, right, they have cameramen and videographers everywhere, and these guys don't tell you when they're snapping, and they don't care. Like, especially when you're eating, they'll put the light right at your face and they'll take pictures. And I'm like, dude, just go away. Like, why? So yeah. But yeah, I mean, I made it to the entrance, and we went right in front. But the food was right at the back though. You see, when I go for weddings, my main focus is usually on the food. I'm kidding. Food and also dog gifts. I love dog gifts, especially bunga tolos at Malay weddings. Like, I love them. But this time we went and sat in front. And I was like, oh God, why? But we did. And while waiting for the bride and groom to come, obviously there's always bound to be drama, right? Annoying drama like aunties and uncles. So there was this auntie that came, Mirosha, why your forehead no photo? Your neck no necklace? You look so empty lah. Your mother never gave you any gold things ah. And I was like, your head is empty and I don't seem to have a problem with that. Of course I didn't say that. I was like, it's okay, auntie. Let's go sit. So we went, and then I made sure we sat at different tables, clearly because I did not want to go through all that crap for the rest of the day, for the rest of the night. And then we're sitting down, and then I know there's phobias for different stuff. I have this phobia for drunk uncles. When friends get drunk, it's different, but when uncles get drunk, right, it's just so scary. When I was 4, this fear started when I was 4, because I saw one of my cousins being swung around by my uncle, my drunk uncle, and he practically turned into a human carousel. And I was like, I don't want to be the next one. So since then, I have always been avoiding drunk uncles, okay? This time, I couldn't. When the bride and groom arrived, my uncle was like, Mirosha, out of all nieces, Mirosha, come here, come, represent me, come and sit down. Sit down as the father of the bride. What the hell, uncle? I know you're drunk, but dude, I thought the liver was supposed to be good. How many bottles did you drink, man? So I was like, no, it's okay, it's okay. I had to use all my force to just push him away and make him sit down. And you can't literally push them away because, like, they're uncles. So you're supposed to do whatever they tell you. But what the hell? Sit as the father of the bride. This man was nuts. I didn't do it anyway. And then I came back to the place and I sat down with my grandparents to be safe. And when the couple came, it was a cake cutting ceremony. And I was like, finally, cake. I want cake. And then there's this thing that I want to tell you guys. One of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of weddings is, I don't know, like, I know it's negative, but I believe that most of them don't really work out. And okay, yeah, that's very pessimistic. But this one was different. Okay, when I go for weddings, I always wait for the speeches to end. I'm like, when is the food going to be served, right? But this was the first ever wedding where I did not even think about anything else, but I was cherishing every moment. I'll tell you why. Because my cousin's sister is deaf and dumb. And typical Indian families, they were like, oh, she's deaf and dumb. Like, how are we going to find her a groom and stuff? Like, maybe she's going to die alone. Typical as usual. But she found the one, okay? And they met at deaf and dumb school. And he is also deaf and dumb. So it was just so beautiful because they did not say a word, but I could see the way they were communicating using sign languages. And there was this translator, and there was a table full of deaf and dumb people. I think they were all their friends from the school. She's a teacher. They're both teachers at that school. and there were kids as well from the school, and it was just so sweet watching it. And the translator was getting the questions from the MC, and she was telling them, and then they would answer the questions, and then she would tell the MC what they said. So one of the questions was, what uh, what what do you like about your wife? And then one of the answers he gave was, she doesn't nag as much as the wives who can talk. And I don't know, I just found it so nice. And they both were telling the audience, that the guests there, that sorry, I used the word audience, I'm so used to like speeches and stuff that I call people audience. Actually, it was a guest. They said that what they love about each other is, despite their deficiencies, they hate depending on people, and that is what they love about each other. They're both so independent. And I gotta say, this was one of the most beautiful weddings I've ever seen. And maybe, maybe like love does exist. Okay, I don't know. Okay, let's not go there. For that, I have to make like another video. But yeah, like, I hope all of you attend more weddings like these, instead of all those other annoying ones with like long ass speeches and stuff. This was really something that I just had to share. All right, bye.